Now, Trieste is quite a lovely city to be trapped in, but somewhat inconvenient when you're due to fly back to Australia in 2 days. And your departure airport is Malpensa, which is near Milan. Normally it's just a case of catching a train and staying the night either in Milan or Como. But, and here's the big but, Italy was going through a heat wave and fires had broken out in the different areas, including the mountains above Trieste. That weekend I had gone across the bay to the island of Grado in search of a sandy beach and, more importantly, an air-conditioned hotel. Catching the boat back to Trieste on the Sunday, I did spot a fire behind Grado, but it didn't look that big and it was quite some distance away from Trieste. Turns out that the fires got much worse. By the Tuesday, Trieste was cut off from the rest of Italy. The road out was closed for over 30 kilometres, so no driving out or catching the bus. The train stopped running and the Trieste airport, which is up the other side of the mountains, was cut off from the city. So I was trapped in Trieste. The fires were out of control and I had no idea when access to the rest of Italy would be restored. This is the route that I needed to take, a regional train to Venezia Mestre and then a direct train through to Como. The fires were up on the cast, blocking the way to the rest of Italy. I weighed up the different options, including going south into Slovenia and Croatia, but ended up going with the simplest option, which was to leave by sea. It really was the only direct way out of Trieste. I knew there was a tourist boat that went across the Bay of Trieste to Grado that left at 8 a.m. My adventure began, myself and a few other tourists going for a beach day in Grado, plus a few stranded locals piled onto the boat that morning. Normally, the coastline can be clearly seen. It's very scenic with a mountain backdrop. That morning, most of it was hidden behind the smoke from the fires. Grado too was blanketed in smoke. It was quite the contrast going into the port on the Thursday compared to with how clear it had been on the Sunday. From the port is a 10-minute walk to the bus station. Grado is an island, but there are 2 bridges that take you off the island. I walked down to the bus station and then it was time to wait again. This time for the local bus, which I discovered wasn't all that frequent. The bus would take me to the local train station at Cervignano. There are not clouds low in the sky, but smoke. Grado just smelt smoky. Not great for people with respiratory problems, I thought. "30 minutes later, I made it onto the bus and then onto the Cervignano train station. At this stage, my timing was going quite well. Assuming a train would come through in the next 40 minutes, I would manage to get to the Venezia Mestre station in time to catch my direct train to Como. Well, I ended up having nearly a 2-hour wait at Cervignano as the trains couldn't come up from Trieste. The Freccia Argento train was stuck at Cervignano as well, as it couldn't get down into Trieste. Finally, after a 2-hour wait, I managed to get onto the regional train to Mestre. Once there, I went to the ticket office. I have to give credit to the Treni Italia staff that I dealt with there. They were very helpful, especially since I had run out of Wi-Fi data that morning and couldn't even bring my ticket up on my phone. They were able to find my original ticket, changed it for new tickets, only I now had to change at Milan, so it was just a matter of waiting for the next train.
Per un intervento dei vigili del fuoco tra le stazioni di Monfalcone e Villadoresina. I treni potranno subire ritardi nella reazione. Attivo servizio di busta sostituti.
Train number 2 made it onto the train to Milan. Coming into Milano Centrale station. Last leg of the trip going into Como San Giovanni. Made it to the final train, leaving Milano Centrale for Como. The Como San Giovanni station. I took the photo the next day, as when I arrived the previous evening, I was so fed up with travel I couldn't be bothered taking a photo. There is a road that winds down the hill from the train station. You don't have to haul your luggage down the steps. The whole trip took 13 hours from when I left the apartment in Trieste to arriving at the hotel across the road from the train station in Como. To finish off, some pretty footage of Como. It was very hot, 36 degrees, even down by the lake. And I made my flight the next day. So these are some of the joys of travel you can experience in our big wide world. If you enjoyed my video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.